Okay, today I'm going to show you how to upload a website using Adobe Dreamweaver CS6. If you don't have Adobe Dreamweaver CS6, you can visit adobe.com and download a free 30-day trial. They have many options for you to purchase the software. You can pay for it monthly, or you can pay a one-time fee. That's up to you. My job is just to show you how to use the software to upload the site. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is locate your site files. In my case, my files are located in this folder, and I made a test folder with the files in it. At least I thought I put the files in there, so there they are. So once you open the main folder, because this is a PLR site, it'll look something like this. You'll have several subfolders. There's usually a README file, or some kind of document with instructions. This particular site does not have any instructions, and I believe because at some point I might have removed them. But your reseller kit, which is a mini site that you can use with any digital product marketplace, will be located here, and usually it'll be compatible with ClickBank, or it's compatible with any digital product marketplace, but ClickBank is probably the most popular one. You can also use PayPal if you want to. So this is your reseller package, and these are the actual HTML pages. And you always want to make sure that there's an index file. If you don't have an index file, then the site that you upload will just not show up. So you want to make sure that if you don't have an index file, name one of the files index, or rename one of the files index. Sometimes you'll have like index-1 or something something along those lines. You just want to make sure you rename it to where it is just index. Just like here you have a squeeze and a squeeze download. So if this were the case with the index file, where it would say index download or whatever, then you would rename it to simply just be index. This folder contains all the images that the site contains. This is your CSS cascading style sheet, which basically tells the site what it's gonna look like. I guess it's the styles. It styles your HTML. And this is just notes, usually empty. So now that we've located the folder and I know where it exists, I'm gonna open up Dreamweaver. And first thing I'm gonna do is go to Site, New Site, and here I'm gonna name this Test Site. You can name it whatever you want. It's just for your own purposes. This is what you're gonna do with this here is you're gonna define where the site files are, where your root folder is. So you can click on this folder icon and browse, and let's see. This was the folder that I just showed you guys when I told you that we would need to locate the site files. So that's what I'm looking for. And as you can see, test site, and here's the site PLR Godfather. So I'm going to click on it again. You want to basically open up this main folder to where the index and all the other files are located. So the reseller was the folder with the index file in it. And even though you don't see the index file in here, you do see that it's got your images, your CSS, and your notes, which is what I showed you in the folder earlier. So we select this. Then we are going to click on servers, click the plus icon, and you're going to name your server. Name it whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. This is for your purposes. And we're going to use FTP, so just don't mess with that. The FTP address, or the FTP address, you will find that info in your cPanel, and it's usually going to be, or most definitely, it's going to be the main site, your very first site, the domain that you registered your cPanel with. In this case, it is ftp.bysiteshere.com, and our username is bysites. Again, all this information is coming from the cPanel. So you basically how you would find this information is open up your FTP account, and this is what's known as your FTP user, and this will be your FTP password. You can change it at any time. So I'm going to type in the FTP password, and now we need the root directory, which in this case is public_HTML. Oops, I left out the C. This line at the bottom usually just fills itself out, so you don't really have to worry about it unless you've made some changes up here and it hasn't updated, but I think it'll update itself anyways. So now we test the connection, and make sure that it's gonna work for us. And it looks like there's an error. It's probably my password. So let's see. May have to pause this and go check out the password. If I don't get it right this time. Well, looks like I did. So we're going to save that. You want to check testing. And now we're going to let this update, which it did. We want to connect to the server. And now we're going to upload the entire site. You can also upload individual files. Let's say you were making changes to your site, and to make changes you would simply click on one of these files, and that's how your editor would come up, which it's about to happen. So here this is the remote server. We don't want that. This is what's currently on this site, or on this server. So we're about to overwrite it. So this is your code side right here, because we're in split view. So this is where your code is. This is where your actual design is in your editor. We can do just code, we can do just design, and Dreamweaver is a WYSIWYG editor. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. That's not always the case when you're working in design view, but that is the idea. When you get into more advanced designs and all that, it's not always going to be what you see is what you get. We've also got a live view, which will show you what the site looks like live. This is actually a very old HTML page that I coded when I was in college, when I was taking an IT class. I think this was one of my homework assignments. So I'm going to go back to split. I'm going to take the live off. And now I'm going to overwrite this with the files and the site that I just showed you a second ago. Well, you guys didn't see the site, you saw the folder that I assigned as the root folder. So I click OK. I'm gonna let this site upload. It's very quick and easy to upload a site using Dreamweaver, as long as you have the files. Editing is pretty easy as well. So now I've uploaded the new site. Let's see if it's done yet. And let me open a browser window and check it out. Since this site is unindexed, probably won't show up just by us typing it in the search. So we'll just open up a page and type it in the address bar. And my internet is kind of slow, so that's why we're waiting so long. And it's still showing the old site. Sometimes this happens, so I may have to go delete everything off the remote server. Looks like I'm gonna have to. First, let's. Oh wow. I guess what had happened is that it synchronized. So I hope it didn't. No. Let's check out one of these other pages. Okay, cool. So I guess just the index got messed up. Anyhow, so if that's the case, then we should see this page. Let's do this. There we go. So everything worked. The reason that the index file is not the main, is not the one that it's supposed to be, is because I had downloaded the other site that we originally saw previously, and it synchronized when I opened it up in Dreamweaver. Whenever I clicked on index, it basically synchronized and overwrote the local file, which is why you always keep copies of everything, or create a copy before you start messing with stuff to avoid losing data. So now what I'm gonna have to do is go back and let's see, replace that index file. Let's see if I still have it open, which I think I do. So thank goodness I had a copy. So I go back into my test, back into reseller, and what I do here is Control V, which is the shortcut for pasting. See, I just copied the index file from the other folder. Now I'm going to replace it in this destination. Now I go back to Dreamweaver. The file has been modified outside of Dreamweaver. Do you want to reload it? Yes, I do. So now it better be the right site. Okay, cool. So now we upload just the index file instead of uploading the entire site. If you click right here and do the entire root folder, then you're uploading the entire site. I'm just re-uploading the index file. That's it. So now let's go back and visit the site and see what happens. Now I'm gonna refresh it, and bam, there we go. It's done. Got a beautiful new site up. Thank you for watching, and this concludes our tutorial for newbies on how to upload an HTML file or site using Dreamweaver. And again, the version of Dreamweaver that I'm using is CS6. You can download the 30-day free trial at adobe.com, or you can purchase it. It's up to you. If you feel comfortable using this tool, then you can certainly use this tool. There are other free options, and just basically any text editor that you're comfortable with will work. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Join me next time.